Okay, maths fans, welcome back. We are doing Maths Watch clip A25, which is trial and improvement. And we're trying to solve x cubed plus 2x equals 40. And that tells us an answer there is between 3 and 4 already. Okay, and this is trial and improvement. Well, let's say trial and improvement is a clue to what we're actually going to try here. So what we're going to do here, we're going to try a value of x. Okay, and the first value of x I'm going to show you here try is 3 because it says between 3 and 4. I just want to show you what that actually means here. So what it means is that value of x, when we cube it, 3 times 3 times 3 plus 2 times 3, we're trying to compare and see what actually happens to that answer there, if it's close to 40 or not. So here I'm going to write the value of x cubed plus 2x, and here we're going to say if that answer is too big or too small. Okay, so 3 is our first value of x. So that means I'm just going to replace the x with a 3. I've put brackets around it just to make sure we don't have any problems with signs. Plus 2 times 3 because they're stuck together. Put little times in there so we can see that. And if I work on my calculator now, what button would I use here on my calculator? Some of you will have a cubed button. Okay, it will look something like this orange one here. If not, you might have this button here. Okay, so in which case, what I would do is I would say it's 3 to the power of 3 plus 2 times 3. You can see that okay. Actually, that's not worked out right, actually, looking at that. So sometimes these have these 3 to the power of 3. I have to press the arrow button to get away. Plus 2 times 3. There we are. That's what I'm expecting to see there. Okay. And I'm getting 33. So this is what I'm going to be doing each time. Now that's too small, isn't it? I think you can see that. We're trying to get 40. That's too small. Okay, so then we try 4. And 4 cubed plus 2 times 4. Oops, I put the bracket around the wrong place there. 2 times 4. Well, 4 cubed I know is 64 plus 8 is 72. That's too big. So this is what it's talking about, the answer between 3 and 4. When we put a 3 in, the answer is too small. And 4, we get an answer that's too big. So the answer must be somewhere in there, in between 3 and 4. So the first thing we do is we try halfway. It's always a good idea to try as close to halfway as we can. So then we're going to need a calculator now. We're going to do 3.5 for x, so 3.5 cubed plus 2 times 3.5. Okay, so here we are again. Let's try and get the angle on this right. 3.5 cubed plus 2 times 3.5. And we get 49.875. Now that is, comparing that to 40, we get is too big. So we try again. We're going to try 3 now. That means somewhere between 3.5 and 3 now, because that's too big and that was too small. So we're going to try, I don't know, 3.3. It could be 3.3 or 3.4. We don't try 3.25. Okay, we keep trying one decimal place numbers, i.e. 3.1, 3.2, 3.3. We don't start jumping to 2 decimal places until we've trapped it between 2 numbers with 1 decimal place. So 3.3 cubed plus 2 times 3.3. A little trick here, you can go back and actually just, with the cursor, just like you would on a keyboard, you could go back, delete and put a 3 there. And same thing here, delete and put a 3. Saves me having to do all that again, doesn't it? 42.573. 537, pardon me. 42.537, which is too big again. So what are we going to try now? We know the answer is now between 3.3 and 3. Okay, too big, too small. So we're going to try 3.2. Why not? Now some of you might have tried 3.1. That wouldn't be wrong. Okay, so I'm just going to go back off screen. I'm just going to change those like I did before. to a 2 and 3.3 to a 3.2. And I'm getting this time 39.168. And that's too small. So what does that tell us? It tells us the answer, 3.3 is too big, 3.2 is too small. The answer is somewhere between those two. 3.3, 3.2. It's somewhere in there, okay? Our solution is going to be the right answer, somewhere in there, if you can see that. Well, the question asked, it wants the answer correct to one decimal place. So the answer we're going to give is either 3.2 or 3.3. To check which one's the closest, what we have to do is try halfway again. So I'm going to try 3.25. Running out of space a little bit here, but 3.25 cubed plus 2 times 3.25. So if we go back to that again, 3.25 cubed plus 2 times 3.25. That's how it appears on the calculator. And that is, I don't know why I took that away. That's equal to an SD 40.828, which is too big. Okay, so you might think, well, when are we ever going to get to 40? Well, we don't need to in this question because we've just found that 3.25 was too big. I put TB. 3.3 was too big and that was too small. What I said earlier was we have to decide whether to give that as an answer or that as an answer. Which is it closer to? Well, clearly, too big, too small. The solution now is somewhere in here, which means if we're choosing between 3.2 and 3.3, the answer is actually in this gap here is close to 3.2. So we say that x is equal to 3.2 to 1 decimal place. I hope that helps. Okay, that's the hardest part of that end bit. You get most of the marks to get down to this stage here. Okay, it's this last bit here, this 3 point, try this last halfway between those two numbers to check, we'll get you the final mark on this. Okay, good luck, and I'll see you soon.